Should we do another intro so you can edit it in front of this one, the second one?
Do you want to do the one where you introduce us?
Yeah.
All right, dude, go ahead.
Hey, everybody, this is David. Welcome to the podcast. This is Dungeons and Degrees. Today, we have wonderful guests that sometimes say cool shit. And this, you're supposed to come and it's like, how dare you? That just makes me sound like a mean jerk now.
I mean, I think it's true because we say a lot of idiotic shit.
We say
too.
a lot of things.
Oh yeah, this was projecting on my part. That whole spiel I did, I was like, oh man, I hope this is making sense. Fuck.
That's me every single day of my life. I hope my brain did the right word order because otherwise this is not going to make any sense.
I was like, it feels right, but I might just be going, and then sometimes when I do it, it's fine, it's cool. Just my John C. Reilly starts coming out.
That's me.
But welcome to the show, Adrian and Alex. What do you want to talk about today?
We're going to talk about what we were talking about.
See, I went right back to it. That's the way you do it. Just keep it going. Show must go on.
In here, it's Groundhog Day.
I'm surprised I'm as coherent as I am. Me and Adrian were talking, and I have hard brain fog today, which has been great.
I think it's in the moon. I swear to God, something's in retrograde, and I woke up.
It's Gatorade. Gatorade's in retrograde.
I woke up feeling 100% hungover, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah.
I had someone talk my ear off 45 minutes after we closed.
Oh, no.
It was just a check-in. I was just going to check in. They talked to me for like 50 minutes, 60 minutes. And I was this is a whole service. This is supposed to be, hey, yeah, okay, cool. But I feel like you need to be in this service too, because you talk to me for hours, and I'm like, is that it? You need to come in. You need to come in yourself.
After this talk, I have to go break down Dust City. That's what we're doing today.
Oof.
So I'm hoping that I'm any help to them.
Hey,
I'll get there supervised. It'll be fun.
Video of that? Of Dust City or something? Because I'd like to see what it was.
There's a couple of videos.
If you go to Raicodoll, RAICODOLL on Instagram, that is Sam's artist page. I will also plug Ray, which is X Ray REY. Both of their Instagrams are filled with their art, and you can always find the link to all of their other social media and all of their other art as well. But I just checked Sam's, and she had some of the walkthroughs.
I think we collaborated too. She might have some of my posts on there about like the little world building stuff we did.
Hell
I made ramen noodle packets.
That's so cool.
That we put in a little. We put in a little. What do you call it? I'm like the thing that dispenses food when you put money into it.
Candy machine.
Sure.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
It's kind of like
candy machine.
vending machine.
Vending.
There you go.
Yeah, it was right there on the tip, and it was
brain
like,
fog, brain fog.
My brain was all like, you're gonna look this way today. But yeah, we made little snacks. We hit a little Fallout reference. We put sugar bombs in there, which was pretty fun.
Nice.
But yeah, and I made like some ramen because one of the war building stuff was like, I think that amalgamation of different cultures that everybody does now. So we had like a ramen noodle company named Wan's who had noodles chingon. It was pretty awesome.
I want that in real life, though.
I mean, they were real ramen that I just put stickers on, so I mean, they were edible. I think I gave some away. If you were here, I'd give you some. But yeah, we did a lot of little cool things like that. The world's pretty awesome. I can't wait to get more into it if we can. We did a lot of cool things in it. But yeah, we're going to go break all that stuff down. It's sad times. But also it's like that good riddance. At that point where it's that. So it's been interesting. And like I said, yeah, there's walkthrough videos. You have some links, Adrian, if you want to put it in whatever. Whenever this goes up to people who want to read more about it or do whatever. By the time that happens, I think I'll have more stuff on that page I sent you. We're making a memoriam page. Like, hey, this is this thing what it was.
Nice. I saw the video. I'm like, but it was just like the music in the background. I'm like, oh yeah, it just said Dust City at 20XX, and it was just like the orange the orange letters were moving.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just talking about audio quick, what thing was interesting there is we did a double audio thing. So I had a playlist where I went in and got a bunch of cyberpunk stuff that I had, and also made a theme song for it too, and like made it more background, and we had a little radio playing. But then I also did a soundscape that we put by the window that was like howling winds with sand and like city things. So that's pretty awesome. I hope people got cool stuff from it. It was
hell yeah.
We kind of tried to do as much as we could with the budget we had, which was nothing. There was a tattoo artist who gave us some pretty good, who did like, tattoos to raise money for us, which is really awesome. Inky does tats on IG. Yeah. So big shout out to her, because Ray went and bought a bunch of tools, stuff that we needed. So he's 3 hours late one day, and he came like, look at all the stuff I got. I was like, oh hell, cool. Let's build everything.
That's so awesome. Next time I gotta be there. Hopefully I'll be available.
I mean, if we get the stuff we're planning, it's gonna be fucking awesome, dude.
Awesome. All right. Any more questions? Awesome. Where can
Actually, no.
Go ahead, David. It's your podcast now.
Listen, at this point, we just go for another 45 minutes and we'll just do a double feature, We just like this episode and then cut it to the middle. I'm down for
putting off my work today. I can tell them I have some other stuff.
I don't want to help y'all. I'm tired. I'm hanging out with my friends.
I thought we were your friends, David. I thought we were your friends.
Internet friends are still friends.
This is fun. I really don't want to go. But yeah, we have to.
You can come back,
anytime.
Dude.
C'est la vie.
You talk about the next installation. I want it to happen. I don't know. You say if you get your things, you get. Look, I'm like manifesting it. I want to see it in person. Okay.
I do too. It was fun what we did, but this other thing sounds.
It's only going to get better. It's art. So like as you continue to do them, soon you're just going to come to Dallas and it's going to be there. Like you're going to be doing installations. You're going to be the immersive Van Gogh episode.
I'm going to tell all those Dallas people and be like, you come here.
Get here.
Come give me money. Here.
When we get that super train to connect Texas.
Oh, are we going to... is Musk doing it? Is that what's happening?
I don't know, dude. He says a lot of bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to buy Twitter. I don't know about that anymore. Stupid billionaires with money.
Egos.
Always on.
Egos.
Get all their money from all welfare, man.
Preach.
There's the next 45 minutes.
Ridiculous.
Talk about it. Next episode, we're going to talk about billionaires suck. What's up, everybody?
Listen, I hate them. All my friends hate them.
They're all liches.
Capitalism. They are. They think they're like, I built this wealth. It's your father's wealth. Go fuck yourself.
You want to talk about Vecna? Let's talk about Bezos now.
Clear out those Amazon lists, sir. Clear them out.
Gosh. I hate it's the only clothing shop unless I get out of town.
Just go buy some country wear. There's probably some there. Every town in Texas has that stuff, right?
There's like that one store that's kind of gaudy, and it's gaudy for no reason. It's ridiculous.
I mean, that's the style now. You just wear it, own it. Hell.
Okay, real quick before we wrap up. Again,
we're at the second episode already. It's fine.
Okay, do you know what, Alex? You know Dimension 20 and the did you see the prices?
Did you see the TikTok I posted to our super friends?
No.
Oh, okay. It's a TikTok that says people watching the Dimension 20 auction knowing that the minifigs are going like past or double or triple amount of rent that people pay every month. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, I'm so happy for them to raise that money.
Yes.
But you could reach out to a singular artist and give the singular artist that money and have something twice as cool. Nay, 5 times as cool.
Right.
Right? It's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm just looking up Dimension 20 right now. What is this?
Hold up. Let me give you the site real quick.
It's an auction house
thing.
You say auction house and the old Diablo stuff pops in my head. I'm like, oh, that kind, right?
I thought of World of Warcraft right after that. All right, dropout auction. Here it is.
That's what it is.
Send it to you real quick. Yeah, there you go. To the stage. There. It should be in the... Yep, there it is. A little chat feature on the bottom right. Anyways.
We had a chat feature this entire time?
This entire time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now, yeah, today. This new update. And since we've got Squad
The entire time today, yes.
But all of today. But these figures that were just, like, we saw close-ups of them, zoom in, zoom out, that stuff. And they're going for hundreds of dollars at the low end. And then thousands of dollars on the high end.
So, like, named main characters are thousands of dollars.
You mean Candy Villager's not going to keep getting that money? What the hell?
Bread Merchant is still at $500, $591.
Veggie Priest 1 is at $800. Wow, I want to be a Veggie Priest. I just bought to celebrate our first D&D game. I just went to a Eldritch Foundry or whatever and made custom little figures of the dude I was just telling you I might not want to play anymore. But
that it happens all the fucking time. I got the shit for it, but man, this other character's sounding pretty good now.
I made a figure for the other character too. I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do about this? Because we paid a little bit because it was like, oh, we're celebrating. This is gonna be our first characters, me and my wife, and we bought them, knowing good and well that both of us might either die in this game or I just might stop playing my character. But that's how we justified it. That's how you justify it when you're, a millennial and you're like, meh, it's a little splurge. I'm fine with it. I'll skip my avocado toast for the day.
Yeah, we're the problem with our avocado toast.
No. But I'm definitely not paying $3,000 for a figure.
Of a peppermint Preston? Of a peppermint pig?
Isn't that crazy? 32. I can't. I get it. I do. Like, you're so excited about the show. You're so excited about Dimension 20. You're excited about supporting a small business. I'm sure you could reach out to Rick Perry and probably commission something from Rick Perry that isn't like background character number 2.
Or Princess, which is going for $1,000, and it's probably the size of the pinky nail.
I was about to say, these are like the small, tiny figures, right? That you use.
Yeah. The ones that look small, like they're like the 5x5 little 1-inch, like, I guess, placemat spaces so they can put them properly. And the ones that look even smaller, like the familiars and all that, are even tinier than that.
There's a sprinkle.
It's coming up. I don't know if it's out yet.
It's still, as of recording time, 4 days, 18 hours, 31 minutes. And it's just a literal sprinkle. Like, that's it.
It was just a familiar.
Buy a chocolate chip.
And
an actual chocolate chip one.
Yeah, you know that's going to just absolutely rock it because it's, first of all, hilarious. But then, like, I
it's a meme, but man, is this meme gonna get out of hand?
So,
man,
I got some feels about it.
Go off on it even more.
That's just a stupid use of money. I can't. This
is the anti-capitalism episode now.
As I am going to later on talk about our Patreon. It's like,
amen.
You critique this, but yet you're part of it.
I am.
I'm sorry, Jordan Peterson.
It's cool.
We're going to get canceled now.
We are.
Because of Jordan Peterson.
They said my name on that show with 20 viewers.
Listen, okay, look.
Here
it is.
Yeah, tell us.
What will the money generated from this auction be used for? 25% of it, great, awesome, will go to RPG research. However, we can now talk about Dimension 20 as a business. 25% of that going to RPG research is going to be, what, tax deductible. So 25% of all of this money that you're getting is going to be able to be tax deductible. Okay, great. It's a good business strategy. I'm not mad about the business that they are doing because people are paying for it, and they're the side of capitalism that I can't be mad at. What I can be mad at is the people who are donating this money to the people who are in this auction, right? And then 75% of it's going to funding arts and minis for future seasons of Dimension 20. So
that better be fucking awesome seasons, god.
And that's, I expect it will be because they're professional. Like, I'm not. It's hard because I love Dimension 20 and their cast and their crew, and I'm not saying that they should not be paid handsomely for what they do and what they bring to our space of RPGs. But what I'm frustrated with is that the number... I'm putting my hair up. I'm so frustrated.
Oh, we're about to fight. Let me take my earrings out.
We're in a space where people are struggling, right? People are not able to find jobs. Their apartment complexes are increasing rent. Dallas is in a fight with the housing that holds people who are... what's the...
I don't know.
Give me a second. Refugees?
I'm not sure the specific thing you're talking... Okay, yeah.
So the apartment complex that for Dallas that has refugees has shitty living environment. They're not upkeeping. These families that are leaving their home to hopefully have a better place are just coming to shitholes. But at least they're in America, shitholes.
That's what we all tell ourselves.
Right?
Yep.
I'm going into my school year, so I'm already trying to think about ways to fund my classroom so my students have an art education, which we know from plenty of backed up research is important for children development and for society as a whole. So I have to fight tooth and nail to get my kids quality supplies, which they're already having an issue with because they are in a part of the city that's not well funded. They're in a part of the city that education is not highly regarded in family structures. And it's hard for struggling families to keep pushing their kids forward because they're struggling on their own, right? Everybody is on some level struggling. All of these people have this money to donate, to give to an entity that already has plenty of avenues of funding. They're not struggling. They're not coming out with new content. It's not like they're not all getting paid. They're not... Dropout is not struggling. Okay? You're giving a lot of money to people who are not struggling when there are a lot of people who are struggling. Or, there are people who are trying to grow and who are different. Dropout still has a lot of fucking white people in there. Dropout still has a majority of people who are doing well in their life. So...
Yes. I also feel like, how do we... I mean, because we've had this conversation before, not like me and you, but like the community as a whole, who were talking about like Critical Role getting like Kickstarter funded and going like thousands % over their goal, and then when the Twitch numbers came out that like they had millions of dollars and stuff, and they're like, what the hell? I'm like, one, we're giving them that money, So how much at fault is it the companies because we're the ones putting in subscriptions and buying their product and things like that? I think that it's important to fund these arts as well, but where do we say, hey, we can do more good because we've become a bigger platform? Like, I want these platforms to grow, but I also want them to grow and benefit the populi.
I mean, that's...
Because...
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was going to wax poetic now about all the experience of that. Like, this reminds me of when I was 4 now. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing. It almost feels like the smaller a company is, the more they give back. And the bigger it becomes, then everything starts going back to kickbacks for the company. The unlimited growth potential that, once you start getting investors in, whether it's public or whatever, that kind of gets rid of a lot of... And it's such a weird thing that when you're smaller and you have less money, you want to do more. And when you get bigger, it becomes harder to do that. And I sometimes wonder, from a lot of the stuff that I've looked into, is that seems to be the way the system's rigged, in a way. Because like you were saying, a quarter of this is going to go to, nonprofits and stuff like that. But like that's tax deductible. So it's just this kind of feedback loop you get into, and that's always a weird, yeah.
It's weird.
It's always a weird, shitty thing.
It feels weird. It does. And like, how do we fight this system? We have to become part of the system in order to fight the system. But then there's a chance that we're then a part of the system, and
we fall into the system and stop being like the loud mouth of like, hey, this is what we should be doing, and like, I am so comfortable where I'm at. I don't know. My fight is over.
You kids don't know what you're talking about. When you get older, you're going to start voting for things that are going to help your bottom line. I don't know that I'm ever going to get that rich.
I haven't seen you do that, Grandpa.
Anymore.
Grandpa, you're not there. Your bottom line wasn't there either. You're still working at 75 years old. So what does that tell me about your system of working? That
Grandpa, we're in the middle of a Walmart and you're greeting me right now.
Oh my God.
One day I'll get rich.
So yeah, I mean I get all that. That's the stuff. Again, all the activist work I've done is funding holds us back so much, especially when you're grassroots. That's just, and the places where you do get a little bit more funding, you start to have to make more compromises, and that kind of sucks. And which is stupid, because when you don't have a lot of money, you're making compromises anyway. What you can put your time into, what you can actually do, what you can affect. And it gets hard, and I think sometimes that's the thing that kind of disillusions a lot of people. But I also like when people get disillusioned, because then you can look at it, in a real way and say, what can we do? And I think too many things get stuck on that, like, this just sucks, rather than like, what sucks, we have opportunities now, And yeah, it's like I said, capitalism, man. It's the thing that helped us get to where we're at in terms of development as a country or whatever, but it's also the thing that's kind of stagnating everything and causing us to downslope a little bit.
Jobs are just adult babysitting, in my opinion.
Adult babysitting, if the babies could make profit from people watching them.
And what is this profit? Like, what at the end of the day is it for? Is it we are doing all of this to ourselves, all of the stress, all of the anxiety, the pollution, the food shortage, the housing short. We are doing that ourselves. It is not some third entity. It's not like aliens are here and there are overlords like controlling our life. We humans are making human problems. We have human solutions, and then I have to have my $1 is $15 in one place, but 2 cents in another place. That makes no sense. We are the same people. We all have hearts.
It's a couple cents.
We have hearts and livers and toes, and I won't say toes because not everybody has all the toes, but I know confidently you have a heart. Some people have livers. You have frustrated.
You're making a lot of assumptions. No kidding.
It's true.
But yeah, that's the thing, right? It's just sometimes the problems seem so big, and it's just hard for people just to come together and know that together you have a lot of say and a lot of power. And I think the bigger, bringing it back to D&D, because I'm a good interviewee. In D&D, whatever,
that's the title right there. Bringing it back to D&D.
That was a loud laughing thing. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, the world's not that different than one that's right. It's when we come together and we put aside our not wanting to look stupid, or not wanting to rock the boat, that you start to have fun in a way, because you start to see progress. You start to see people's growth, and you start to see the world change. Whatever the story was, now it's becoming different. So yeah, I think D&D is pretty awesome.
D&D gives us a world that we can control, that we can work through our own mental health, that we can work through our relationships with others, and problem solving, and all of the things that should come better to us in the real world, but on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
We're all just playing the roles we have, right?
Yep. You gotta
as we
know when to
pick
hold
up a second class too. F it,
Yeah, pick up a second class, man. I would like to pick up upper class, please.
I would like to be a noble.
Wait, you said that there's too many?
Are there?
Guillotine. No, I'm just kidding.
Are there? What if we just let it trickle down?
Then I would like to...
Trickle down.
No, we've hit all the niches at this point. The only thing we have to do now is say ka-chow, and I think we got it.
I leave this podcast now.
I'm like, what is ka-chow? What am I missing here?
We went down a deep dive of Lightning McQueen fan fiction.
Fanfic?
I've never even really seen the movies all that way through.
It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
There's an episode.
You don't to get into the fanfic. You don't need to
know anything.
Closest I ever got was being told Mass Effect fanfic stuff that was just weird, and I was like, oh, that sounds, and then just left.
I think there's a lot of fanfic that's just for a specific person, and sometimes I am not that person.
Yeah, most of the time I'm not that person.
All right, give me a second. Diana's just glaring at me. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Give her a couple pets.
But yeah, I'm excited. What I don't know. What are you doing to like navigate this stressful journey that you are currently on?
In which regard? In real life or in DT?
In real life.
My best. That's what I'm doing. My best.
I'm sorry to have attacked you like this. I didn't mean to. I just thought I was...
No, I mean... So, for the last 2 years, especially during the pandemic, it was... You start off in this spurt, because that's when I really... Like, I've always dabbled, but I really jumped in 100% into all this kind of stuff. Which also meant I started studying things that aren't the happiest. I also started crunching numbers that aren't the stuff that, brings a lot of confidence to you. I also started... One of the weirdest things is how many people get into this that also aren't in it for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. And you see how much destruction can be left in their wake, and you're like, fuck, how do you make this work now? But I'm also in my 30s, and I've been seeing a lot of younger people, 20, teenagers, coming into this and doing the shit that, I was doing in spite because I didn't want to do a lot of it anymore. That's it, that you get to a point where you just don't want to do this, but you keep doing it because you're like, who else is going to take this up if I don't do this right now? But that's little by little, that's going away, and I'm actually able to take a little bit more joy from it all. Because, again, you have people that are backing you up now. You have people that you can trust. And that's the thing about this kind of work, is that you start to meet people who are like you. Whatever you care about, these people also care about too. Kind of like D&D.
David, you're a great person to be on. I was gonna say great host, but shut up.
We've definitely guests.
Thank you all for
the reins. We're done. We can't top David.
Thank you for being a great guest.
Next time I'm gonna be the lead. That's fine. I'm going to have you guys on Dungeons and Degrees. It's going to be a great show.
You know what? When you come back, we're just going to let you do the intro, and we have special guests, Adrian and Alex.
I mean, I'm sorry I went into that. I've done my own podcast, and I've led smaller teams. I think that part's coming out now, because I'm delirious, and my brain is just like, we're going to go into whatever you do. Here you go. But yeah, I think... In anything, when you feel alone, it's harder to do things. Mm-hmm. When you feel like you're the only one, and that kind of beats you down a lot. I mean, in the pandemic, I think a majority of people felt that in one way or the other to begin with. But like once you start working in a group, once you start seeing even small little, even if you're not changing everything, but you're seeing foundational changes and other stuff that might build to something one day. That's huge too. Even if you can't see the systemic change right now in what you're doing, you can see where the rest of the work you're doing is going to go one day. And sometimes that's enough. I mean, there's a song I was listening to because I was in my depressed mode recently. It's by Health, and it's called Still Breathing, and they're a cyberpunk band. And that was the most realistic version. So here's a trigger warning. It's about suicide and preventing it. And it was bigger than that, because it also, the chorus was, I'm gonna mess it up, but the paraphrase is, you're still young. Things get better sometimes, or things get better for a little while. And I think we get into this point where everybody just thinks things are either going to change or they're not, or it's going to get better, it's not. And that in real life there's changes sometimes, and sometimes they last for a while, and sometimes they don't. It's always going to be a struggle, but it doesn't mean it has to be alone. It doesn't mean it has to be sad all the time. It doesn't mean that it's going to go away either. And that felt so. The last time I felt something kind of hopeful from something like that was when I was listening to Rage Against the Machine. We talked about in our last episode, or earlier this episode. I'm not sure this is going to be cut, but was that whole fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That was empowering the shit at a certain point when I was more in the abolitionist part of my activism. And now this one, where it does, with things changing all the time and decisions coming down from people on high, it seems so big. But it only seems that way because we're getting hit with it all the time. But you take yourself out of that and you go put yourself in places where you're doing something, where you feel accepted. I mean, then it makes everything a little bit more tolerable, if not a little bit more enjoyable. And it's those little bitty wins that that make everything worthwhile. Because no animal on this planet gets an easy life, except for cats maybe. But because they enjoy all this stuff, right? But no creature on this planet gets an easy life. But then you see everybody loves the stuff where the cats, the dogs, the animals are doing cute things and having fun, and I'm like, yeah. Why don't we get the same enjoyment when we do that stuff? When it's just spurts sometimes, but fuck, man, they're good when they happen. And I don't know, if I keep rambling, I'm going to ruin whatever point I'm making. But that's what I think. That's how you get through. What's the question that was asked? Is how do you get through all this inundation of just shit? What it feels like sometimes is that sometimes you got to waddle with it hand in hand with somebody else, and that makes it good.
That community is important, and it continues to be important, all the time.
And that's why you should join our Patreon community. No, I'm kidding. I really like what you said.
Oh, thanks.
About how it felt like it's gonna get good sometimes. It's a message where people are it's gonna get better. I'm like, but sometimes it doesn't. It's hard to say those words of it's going to be better when you don't know that. And I feel like it gives some people false hope, and it gets them even more sad when it doesn't happen. So when I talk to these kinds of individuals as well, it's just listen, you've had some bad times in the past, you've had some good times in the past. Sometimes it just takes time. We'll get there eventually, but it might not be soon. But let's keep working at what we can work on. These slow, tiny changes, the ones that are in front of us, and not the big picture, because sometimes the big picture is scary and hard to look at.
Yeah. Fucking Eldritch monsters is what all of them are, man.
It's breaking it down.
For all his weird phobias, Lovecraft hit a thing where, when things seem too big and cosmic, they don't know what's coming. It feels like you're never going to be able to stop it. Mm-hmm. But then you play Pikmin, and you see what happens when you come together as a community. You fucking take down that giant pig frog thing, man.
And Pikmin's kind of like D&D, because it kind of takes a lot of different Pikmin to succeed in the quest, and it takes a lot of different people to succeed in the quest.
And you're going to find people in real life with different classes than you, and it's going to help you with your journey. It's cyclical, and it all works together.
Yeah. We got it. We've solved it. Let's go home.
We're done.
I hate that I came back in the middle of that, and I didn't want to say anything, and then it got deep, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking cry, man.
Sometimes.
Dust City. That was the. Now we're gonna try to explain.
That dust in your eye, that's what it was.
The moon hit your eye, just started playing in my head for whatever reason. Yeah. That's love, man. Yeah. That's what we're going to end it. That's love, man.
It's a good episode title.
Yeah, that's it. We can't even say. I needed a second one, anyways. Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about anti-capitalism.
Hell yeah, dude. We jump and I splice it and then I cut it.
Cut out all the mean shit I said. That's awful now. I feel bad. I want to go cry.
What mean? You didn't
What
say anything.
mean shit?
I said y'all say stuff cool sometimes, maybe.
Oh no, that's true.
That's true though. That's a true statement.
I don't want that to be my legacy here.
Your legacy is the badass song that plays at the beginning of this podcast. Your legacy is
just play that. Don't even just have that loop for an hour, and that'll be the episode.
That's a Patreon exclusive.
The slide whistle version.
Uh-oh. Oh, I just felt like that went with it. Somebody had the duties.
We're losing our goddamn mind. This is what happens when we have.
See, that made me get all deep and stuff, and now my brain's like, "You're done, bro. You just that's."
We had to open it up.
Why would you do this to me?
A little bit more, but we appreciate you, and we understand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, an understanding. That's what D&D.
That's what
and activism is.
D&D,
and
activism,
find people.
Understanding problems.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get into the minutia, what it is to be alive and human.
David, plug your shit.
Huh. All of it's gone. You can find music, maybe, on Spotify or Apple or whatever. It's on everywhere. YouTube's David L. Puga, David, the letter L, and then Puga. I have an IG where you can see some more stuff from Dust City. DL Puga Art. There's 2 A's in there. DL Puga ART. It works. There's more stuff. I don't remember. Yeah. If you want to have some history, I do a podcast that I'm hoping to relaunch called Lubbock Free Radical. That's also on everything. Yeah. Go volunteer somewhere and do some cool shit in your town. There's always something. Whatever you're passionate about, you're going to find something. And there's nothing there, go do it.
Go make it.
There's always an opening. There's always people.
I did, on another tangent, I found my name tag from my 2 years of volunteering at the Dallas Zoo. And then I found the picture and all of that rushed back. And I was like, oh, you're so tiny in this world. Just to go back for one moment, thinking that everything was going to be okay and that, education was going to be fine.
If you take anything away from this, it's education is a racket.
It is.
And we're going to get into that next episode.
Find Adrian and I talking about education on David's podcast.
Yeah, Dungeons and Degrees, which is going to get renamed soon. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be degrees in dungeons.
Dungeon degrees.
Yeah, I mean it's higher education's a racket. Yeah. That's the whole point of the show now. It's a dungeon, which relates it back to Dungeons and Dragons. Which if you
editing Adrian, I hope you had an enjoyable time doing this.
Oh man, no editing myself. That's later. Wow.
Editing Adrian.
I feel bad for you.
Don't worry about it.
Send it to David. So editing David, enjoy this.
I'll get it to you at some point.
Thank you, dear listener, for joining us for another episode of Dungeons and Degrees, the only label we have for it right now. If you enjoy this, you can find us on all social medias at Dungeon and Degrees. We're also growing our Discord, so you can come join us there if you're looking for another D&D community. Be sure to rate us 5 stars. Share this podcast with your friends, family, enemies. If you have to go do some rioting, please make sure you are protected and there are no visible markers of your identity that are available for anybody to trace back to you. Also, if
you can buy, there's a store with Dungeons and Degrees t-shirts. Do you want to wear that out?
Oh no! We have special riot.
Hurry! We gotta make it. We gotta make it real quick. Hold up.
Trademark riot gear. No, we don't. Oh, what is the world we have? I'm losing my voice.
David.
You're never gonna have me on again. I'm sorry.
That's the opposite of what's going to happen.
I'm a whole thing. It's.
If you really want to put your money where your mouth is and support small businesses, support small podcasts, you can also find us at patreon.com/Dungeons and Degrees. Our benefits include ad-free, riot gear, shots, pencils, one-shots, pencils, stickers. Adrian and I are working on growing our Patreon community, so we would absolutely enjoy your support rather than you trying to bid on overpriced mini figures, which you could probably reach out to specific artists and get an entire army. But, you know, you do you, boo-boo. I understand. We also donate money based on our patrons at the end of the month. You can join our...
It's late.
You can join our beautiful Patreon list, or patron list, that includes Melissa, Skylar, Megan, Alex, Wani, Lucy, Guy, Paige, and my best friend in the whole entire universe, who definitely loves us more than I think we deserve, Noah.
Maps, Noah loves you like they love you. I messed up.
I got it. I picked it up.
Noah is the ship in which we journey through all of life's trials and tribulations with, only to see a rainbow at the end of our journey. That works doubly for my friend Noah. I love you so much.
They are the pot of gold.
They are the pot of gold.
They are the pot of gold. All right. Thank you so much for listening.
I miss you all. Bye. Just remembered it was my show. I was like, why are you saying bye? How dare you?
I'm so sorry. This is for the first episode, okay?
This is the transition. It's the transition between.
I hope it's all usable. I hope.
Well, let's just every other word we'll say it together. No, just kidding. This is not going to work.
Let's try it, Adrian. You and I can do it for sure, and then David can figure out the third word.
Okay.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Thank
you
for
listening.
My
name
is
Adrian.
Oh.
And
my
what?
No, I'm
Alex.
I'll do you one better. What is Gamora? I don't.
That was David.
That's too many. That was.
My name's David. I like to party. I'm just gonna start quoting movies. You leave me on anymore.
I'm the party guy. You can't do it. I already did it.
Oh, it's the best movie.
That is a pretty good movie. Yeah, go watch Hot Rod.
It's all, babe, it's great.
Cool beans.
Go have some fun.
Thank you.